So, Chico, could you tell us a little about the music you played now? All the songs, Konkani and Portuguese?
See, my music is divided in according to the taste of the audience, mainly.
Yeah.
For those who love mixed music, like there are some foreigners who love to listen Portuguese fado, Portuguese music, then Spanish
Yeah.
and the Italian and all sort of songs. So for that I give them what they want. And they like also to see the local
Konkani.
company. That is their pleasure. Once I sang in different hotels, and
Yeah.
they took me to heights,
So, you've traveled the world with your music.
I
Where
traveled
all,
the world
where all you've been?
in music. I have been mainly in France, in the best cultures of the world, like our Card Academy, where all people from the world they come, they sing, they stay there for 3-4 days, they go. The next group come.
You've been to the Far East also.
Yes, it happened to be the Festival of India in Paris, where I stayed for 7 days,
Okay.
7-8 days. And from there I flew to Caribbeans, Guadeloupe, Martinique.
I see.
Yes, I stayed there another 7 days. Then I came back, and the farewell was in France.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for which the ambassador of India and also dignitaries were present.
And in another trip, you've been to East Asia.
In one trip, I have been in Singapore. It was mainly of pleasure and also, but I've seen the part of the world.
Yeah.
But Goa is Goa. That I can confirm.
That's true.
Yeah.
We all have a saudades for Goa.
And because Goa is Goa,
yeah.
I sing that song Goa.
Which is?
First song I sang Goa in Konkani and Portuguese.
Yeah.
That means Goa, beautiful Goa, lovely Goa.
Linda Goa.
Nobody knows what is hidden inside and why the people come and they go back and come back again.
Yeah.
What secret is hidden inside? Maybe our seashores, maybe our sea, maybe our sand, and the nature of the people. But God forbid, nothing else happen in the long run. It is the last line.
I see.
Only God knows what is hidden inside. It is the faith of Goa. As you say in Portuguese, there is a saying, Goa, ninguém levará por si acabará.
Yeah. It will finish itself.
Goa, nobody will take.
Yeah.
By itself.
It will self-destruct.
Yeah. Because we don't have unity, first of all. Yeah. And my father used to say always, when there are 2 Goans, there are 3 clubs.
Yeah.
The third club finished with both. And he himself.
Correct.
That is the end of.
So you learnt your music in the 40s, 50s when?
I started singing at the age of 18.
Which years were that?
It was 52.
And that time there was a music school here in Fontaines.
Yeah, there was only one school of music. That was Maestro Figueiredo, who had Academy of the Music. That is changed now, a part of Kala Academy.
And what happens to the old
building? And other private schools.
Yeah.
And especially in the past,
yeah.
as I was told by my father,
yeah.
schools were the cradle of the church singing,
Parish schools,
it was
music schools.
That offshoot.
They had the 4 R's, the Rebek also.
Rebek, everything.
3 R's plus Rebek.
Exactly. Everything was propped up over there, It was like that.
So in those days it was customary for a boy to learn the guitar or violin or what?
There, in Portuguese time, in the Lyceum, there was compulsory subject of songs.
Solfeggio.
Music.
Okay.
With the solfeggio, notes and everything. Of which Anton Figueiredo was the teacher.
I see.
Yeah, and one more who was teaching here, he died. He's from Purturi.
I see.
He also used to give some lecture.
But
once per week, it was a compulsory.
When you take this music to the Festival of India, it's a very strange kind of thing for people. Maybe in France they would appreciate, but for people to appreciate or to think of India producing this kind of music.
Yes, in the Caribbeans, there are Indians who wear the sari,
Yeah.
Sari,
Correct.
They are from Madras. Their ancestors were slaves.
Guyanese
taken for plantation of sugar cane and also
indentured labor and all that.
Yes, like over that Barbados and also.
Yeah.
And this is typical French colony.
Yeah.
Where even the bird is there. puja, everything
Yeah,
is performed.
yeah.
But finally the boat get drunk.
But yeah, so they could maybe understand because their culture is also imbued with the French culture.
Yes.
But supposing you go to Singapore or if you go to South Africa, or if you go to Africa and you say this is Indian music, people will be surprised, shocked that
Not necessarily,
no,
because Indian music is well accepted
yeah. But
abroad.
this doesn't fit in with the general understanding of what is Indian music. No, I think Luso Indian music is not it's not popular. People would not find it easy to understand.
Exactly. But if you go now in Portugal,
Yeah.
the Indian films are very much in vogue in Portugal, where the Indian community go there. But they accept more the Goan culture in Toto,
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
a mix between.
Same between. Even in South Africa,
I see.
there are many Indians who love to listen Spanish, Italian,
Yeah.
and sort of thing. I have faced them in Taj itself.
I see.
When I played in Spanish, Italian, they asked me, from where you are? First of question, I come
I see.
from Goa. Oh, we understand you are mixed culture, this and that,
Yeah.
and they love it.
I see.
Even when I went to Kochi, I met people,
Fort Kochi.
Saj Hotel is one of the best hotels in Kochi, 5-star, near the airport.
Yeah.
Then the people are all foreigners. There are groups of foreigners, Australians, then Brazilians. They come to stay in Kochi, then they go here there for sightseeing, and finally they come different hotels. But this was one of the best hotels, Saj, managed by one proprietor, Kochi by name.
I see.
Is a Catholic.
Yeah.
But the music as such has no frontiers.
Right.
It is accepted everywhere.
That's true.
If not the understanding, at least the tune,
Yeah.
what they accept.
Yeah.
Like the Sultan, Gali Makharaji is accepted everywhere.
That's
They don't know the words,
Yeah.
but they know that Bobby film,
Right.
whatever it is,
Right.
they accept it everywhere. Because when I sang that
Yeah.
once to Vivi Giri,
Yeah. The vice
Vice
president.
President, at the time he was the president, I think.
President.
He was very much in this thing.
His grandson is P. Sainath, incidentally. The journalist is his grandson,
I see.
P.
Yes.
Sainath, famous journalist. So, what would you say is the state of Luso Indian music in Goa today?
The Luso Indian music. Now I refer to this music because Indian music and Portuguese music almost is going at par. You can see this in the fusion Sonia had last time
Sirsat?
in the stage. It was well done, well produced, especially the Barco Negro, where that tabla was.
I
played.
see.
Yes.
Tabla is part of Portuguese music.
Yeah, it is not tabla is not part of Portuguese,
But it's taken in.
taken
Today.
Yes, but in Portugal there is other sort of sound, same sound.
I see.
Like our gumot.
I see.
Yeah. When I say tabla, it is this thing. What do you call it?
Yeah.
What do you call it? In Hindi, what is it?
Yeah, tabla only. Tabla only.
Tabla.
Yeah.
That. Barco Negro, they. Like this.
Yeah.
It's a typical. So it goes to some extent. It not with everything. Even Portugal now, the new generation, is changing for the British beat, what you call the pop music.
I see.
But that couldn't go well with the Portuguese culture.
I see.
But the culture is.
It's changing. And in these times
But,
of globalization, there is also
exactly.
possibility for more, no?
The father that was just ceasing to be the father, changing, has come back now.
Has come back.
They realize the whole folly,
How many singers would there be in Goa today who can sing well in Portuguese?
At present,
Yeah.
see.
Who are the names you would think top of your mind?
One is that, of course, Sonia has come new in the picture.
Sonia Sirsat,
Sirsat.
the
And
Padista,
of the old, Lucy Miranda, who was a very good artist.
Luso Miranda,
Yes, he expired.
passed away.
Then new generation, you have that advocate's daughter from Mapsa. What do you call that name? So I don't know exactly. She's
I see.
upcoming. Then one more Diana Chapel, Pereira.
Okay. These are young people in their 20s or 30s.
Yes, because I know most of them when they had the first performance for the Portuguese culture in Naveli College,
Yeah,
where I was a judge.
I see.
Yes, first I was judge with Professor Julieta, and it happened. Two girls got the same marks,
I see.
and we have to decide by lots.
Toss of coin. So those 14 years between 1961 and 1974-75 were crucial in the sense of, I think those were the lost years. If there was a smoother transition,
See,
we would have had
the
more.
biggest mistake was to think after the liberation. Liberation took place, no doubt. It continued till now. It will continue. But the main problem was inculcated in the minds of the young generation and the old generation that the Portuguese will be wiped off. That what we studied would be nullified completely. That was the biggest mistake. But it took another way around. Our 7-year lyceum last was compared to the inter-science. Then we did BA, BSc and all, and it continues. Today, Portugal is giving full help for Portuguese in the university level, at the university level as well as the school level. So much directly or indirectly. But in Portuguese,
But if the transition,
university, it is direct help.
if the transition was a bit smoother, like in the case of Pondicherry or France or British India,
Yes.
then the culture would have probably remained more of it. I think now there is an attempt to
Because
build
one
it.
thing, politics and culture is wide apart.
Yeah.
Who spoiled us? To think that we were branded as Portuguese first of all, and most of
It was not political; it was cultural.
exactly when the Catholics themselves were in the forefront of the liberation, were the first freedom fighters. We were branded as the pro-Portuguese. When the whole thing would have been other way around, and especially these freedom fighters want to thrive. I'm telling you, want to thrive at the cost of this slogan.
So with time, you think those wounds will heal and people would.
Already healed almost. Well,
Younger
cares.
generation doesn't.
Nobody cares
it's
about.
A small.
Yes, yes. The Go is liberated, and Go will be forever part of India. No doubt about it. And even Portugal today, at the United Nations level, are the partners for Security Council. That is the beauty
promoting
of
India, for this.
What else you want?
So the younger generation takes to this music.
What is it?
The younger generation takes to this music easily. What are the problems to promote it among the young?
First problem is like the culture of music, Portuguese music, should start at home. Like Sonia was cultivated by her mother. And she was given tremendous boost.
I see. That's why she sings the Fado so well.
Yes, that's why.
Recognized at Portugal also.
Yes, recognized Portugal. She is good now.
I see.
No doubt about that. But she was cultivated by her mother, and that pronunciation is important. So many things, like any other song.
But where are the institutions today? Today, even the church has pulled out of music school. So in that sense, for Western music,
they have made the biggest mistake because today the old days are gone. Today the whole TV, the television, then the internet, this and projecting a wrong culture, completely wrong culture. You see this girl dancing, then the music, pop music.
we will have a globalized culture which will be the same throughout the world.
Yes, exactly. And even now the Urdu music, the ghazals, are like fathers. Very nice, sad. You can have meditation on that. That is slowly, only because of some Ustad Khan, this and that and all. They are thriving. But it's a beautiful music.
So you hope one day this thing will flower again in Goa?
Yes, has to flower. Whatever goes down has to come up. No doubt about it. That is a simple theory. And whatever goes up has his days to come down. And but I'm not emphasizing on Portuguese culture, but the Portuguese collaboration with India will remain now forever. That is
and Goa is a place where the mix is strong.
Is like, entry point and outgoing point. Like Portugal is for aviation.
So it could be a window to the outside world also.
Yes, very much. Because Goa has become a front door, not a backyard now. It has become front door. The backyard was projected for politically motivated people. Even when the consulate was being opened, there were objections. But who gave the license? Who gave?
New Delhi.
New Delhi, but who? Advani.
Nice.
Advani was told, sir, we should go ahead. What is wrong with these people when go? Go. And what Nehru said also is, when Goans are going through all this stormy, he says, "Oh, go lo ki ajib hai." Really,
That's
they are
true.
strange
People of Goa are strange.
Yes.
But as far as the culture is concerned, is it visible on radio or anything? Because today you have a new crop of radio stations that play only English, or
Yes.
where Bollywood is popular for understandable market reasons. So,
In fact, they said Portuguese program in Mysore,
Emisora the Goa.
Goa, after liberation.
They used to continue
We used to go.
Semana and all that.
We used to go. 5 of us.
I see.
My brother, myself, Pedrit, and all things. They used to pay us 20 rupees at that time.
I see.
15 rupees.
Which wasn't bad. 20 rupees, 15 rupees was
Very
okay in
good,
those
very
days.
good.
In those
Very
days.
good, very good.
But then, do the programs continue on Friday night? Is the Portuguese program still
They
on?
should start in the on the radio, I feel.
No, you mean it's not on as of now? There's nothing Portuguese on the radio?
There are only kept very secured some hundreds of records and all the old music of 50s and 60s and all things. Encosto Cabeceira
Yeah.
and all sort of things. But TV also, 365 or one of them should project the culture. It's very, very important. When I sang one night in Nostalgia, they projected.
I see.
Because there should not be biased in the
That's
culture.
true.
So
I think the more
culture is-
languages you know, the
yes,
better it
culture
is. It's
culture,
another window
culture,
to the world.
yes, yes. Culture is culture. Because there are people now in, it is a pity that in Cochin they are going to have a Institute de Camões.
I see.
And because the Portuguese professor here, one of the professor means teacher, was a fellow from Kerala.
I see.
Yes. The, our plight is such, the head of department of Konkani was a Bengali. And we are shouting here, all politics. But who is called more this biased attitude of some disgruntled elements.
It's few people. It's enough to
They want to
sour the
project
milk.
themselves. They show that they want to show, especially this freedom. They want to show that they are alive. That's all. Nothing else.
Thank you.
When one foot has gone on the grave.